Hello and welcome to this episode of Compensation Insider. So today what I want to do is talk to you about a story which happened to one of my very good friends a few years back. She was the HR director for a subsidiary a business unit of a very large French organization. She was member of the executive leadership team. And she was reporting dotted line to the general manager of the business unit and direct to the HR director for the overall business unit. So there were multiple business lines within a business unit. This is, remember, a very, very large organization. So this is a company where they are used to communicate about salary increases in percentages, not in terms of salary. So they will write a letter which says, congratulations, dear employee, thanks to your good work and your great performance last year, you have been eligible to a 3.12% salary increase. They're not saying, oh, your new salary is going to be 85,000 euros, for example. They're just going to mention the percentage. So she received a call from her boss who told her, we want to promote you and we will give you a good 5% salary increase. But as you know, I need a little bit time to implement that and so on. So can you please take the job and the promotion before I can give you the salary increase? We will backdate it. So she said yes. Very happy that she was told that she would get a good 5% because in those years the company was struggling a little bit financially and was quite tight with money. So 5% for a promotion, I know it's a bit low, but in that context that wasn't so bad. So a good 5%. She calculated 5% on her current salary. That meant that she would now be making 100,493 euros. So she was very happy. It was taking her over that 100,000 euros, let's say, mental threshold. So she was very, very happy. So you have to remember, she's the HR director. She's been managing promotions and salary increases for the past, 5-6 years in that organization. She was used to how the salary negotiations were taking place with the trade unions. She knew how things were dealt with in the company. So her expectations were rooted in those years of managing other employees' increases, and it was quite realistic and adapted to the company culture. So 2 months passed by, and she eventually receives her next payslip with the salary increase, and she finds out that she has been increased by 4.48% to exactly 100,000 euros. So 4.48% instead of 5%. And I can tell you that she was honestly totally upset and angry. It's not about the 493 euros that if she had 5% would have been 100,493 euros. As she said to me, I'm going to read the quote because I remember that I wrote it down when she told me I had an idea to write this blog post about it, and I did a few years ago. And she said to me, it's not about the 493 euros or even 1,000 euros per year. I don't really care about that amount. It won't change my life. But my boss did not set the proper expectations with me. If he had said, I'll bring you to 100,000, I would have been happy. But don't tell me you'll give me a good 5% and then give me 90% of that amount. 5% was bringing me just above the 100,000 euros threshold, and this is what I should have gotten, not less than 5%, so that the overall amount is a round number. I feel this is not fair, as my pay increase has been managed as an absolute amount, not like for other employees. Is this because I'm a woman and they don't want to follow the same rules for me? So now I'm disappointed. This has killed my enthusiasm and my motivation that I had felt upon my nomination. And I think that this is stupid to lose employee engagement on a promotion just to save 500 euros. And then I got to tell you, she's right. At the time she was working in this highly male-dominated industry with lots of engineers very complex systems and so on. And she felt that she was being discriminated against because she was a female. And I think that was a huge mistake on the part of her boss, because she was the HR director. She could see immediately that she hadn't been treated like the other employees, of course. So she got upset, she got angry, she got demotivated. When she confronted her manager, the manager said, well, you're always complaining and so on. But I want to say, 4.38%, put that into any spreadsheet and try to round it down, to take out the decimals, it will round to 4%, not to 5%, because it's not even in the upper half between 4 and 5%. So all this for 500 euros. He had to work really hard to bring her back to her previous motivation levels. And in the end, who's the real loser there? For money that he's not even spending, for 500 euros, that was him. And by the way, I just want to tell you that within 5 months, she had found another job and she left the company. And that's entirely due to her being disappointed based on how she had been treated compared to the expectation that had been set. So the moral of the story here, from a company point of view and managing promotions, I've been thinking a lot about promotions as I'm about to launch my guidebook on managing employee promotions for HR and managers. I think that it's really important that you really think about not to do the same to your employees in your organization. So try to put yourself in their shoes, to understand what they know and how they will think. And if you want to make an exception to a situation, but that's an exception downwards or backwards, so it's less than what would be the normal expectation, really you should assess if your gain is going to be real, if it's going to be long-term, or if it's just an apparent one, which in reality will cost you more in terms of the impact and the negative impact in terms of engagement and motivation, and therefore the output from all the team members. Because guess what? This lady, she was an HR manager, my friend, HR director, and obviously when she got pissed off, her team members could feel that something was wrong, and she didn't tell them, but they could feel it. So I think it's important that if you are going to do a downward exception, you should set the expectations properly. Don't try to make it look good by saying, yeah, you're going to get a good something, and then cut it short, because people are not stupid. They can see it. And in the end, it's costing you more than the small saving that you're trying to make. So that was it. I hope you've never had to face this situation, but if you'd like to share some stories, also what happened sometimes in this case for promotion, for example, which didn't happen the way that you were expecting, please don't hesitate to share in the comments. And I hope to see you next week. Thank you very much. Bye.